good in the hood? You too. So today I'm going to make like my first pregnancy video. Oh, whoop-de-doo. But like, yeah, so guys, I am expecting a little bundle of joy. And I don't know if it's a girl or a boy yet, but I'm really, really freaking excited. Like, so freaking excited. Like, y'all don't understand. Like, even my mom's like excited. Like, girl, let me tell you. But like, she's really excited and stuff like that. And I'm excited, so I'm just gonna tell you about like how I found out, like, and stuff like that. So let's get into the video. So let me tell y'all about how I found out. Like, I'm gonna just tell y'all the story and I'll slice. So I found out I was pregnant literally, I want to say a month ago. Mind you, yeah, it was like a month ago. Literally a month ago. No, not literally a month ago. Next week it will be literally a month ago. But I found out, like, I'm going to just leave it at a month ago. And I just like, okay, so let me tell you. I had started a new job, right? So, like, the way my period is set up, I know this is like a TMI thing, but like, listen. So, like, the way I found out I was pregnant and the way my period was set up is like, my period always comes like the end/beginning of the month. So, say like, I'm gonna say like, usually it comes like August 29th to like August the 4th or something like that. I mean, not August the 4th, like September 4th or something like that, like net range. So when I started my new job, like, I had got my period already. So like, it's already into the month, like, so I'm not really thinking about it. I'm not really worried about a period and stuff like that. Ew, that was so pregnant like. So I'm not really worried about it until like, you know, the middle of the month. I mean, the end of the month of my period and stuff like that. So, you know, I'm working, living my best life and stuff like that. And just like, I'm not really thinking about it. So, you know, the end of June comes around, right? And I'm like, okay, so where are you at, fairy godmother? Like, where are you at? You're supposed to be here. You're always on time. So like, I was working and stuff like that. So I'm just like, something ain't right. Like, I would get cramps. Like, I would get cramps like I'm about to come on my period. Like, I got cramps like a nigga was ready to come on. Like, I would be prepared. Like, I would have the tampons, the pads, the wipes, you know, everything just ready, prepared, and ready to go. Okay? Like, a nigga was just prepared. So, like, I would get cramps. Like, I would get really, really bad cramps. Mind you, I'm used to it because, like, I have really, really bad cramps. I was on birth control since the first day of high school, like, my ninth grade year. So, like, I haven't had cramps in a while. But before that, I had really bad cramps, like, hospitalized cramps. So, I'm like, okay, I'm getting these bad cramps. Maybe it's because, you know, I've been off of birth control for about a year now. So, like, maybe my cramps are starting to come back to normal, to like really bad. So I would be asleep at night and like, it would just be like excruciating pain. Like, I just didn't like it. I couldn't deal. Like, and me personally, I don't take pain medicine. I don't like pain medicine. I don't like pharmaceutical medicine. I just don't like it. So like, I'm like, okay, so there's something not right. Like, when they say you know, you know. But anyway, continue to the story. So it's just something not right. And so like, I asked one of like my older coworkers, like, what should I do? You know, you get what I'm saying? Like, what should I do? Like, she gave me her opinion. She was like, just get a pregnancy test. Like, I blew it off, honestly. I'm like, but the last time, that was so rude. I'm just like, but the last time I had sex was like a month ago, and that was me and my ex. So like, I don't like, no. Like, that's just what I'm saying. I'm like, no, because I had got my period, like I got my period before that. Then after that, that's when we, and I'm like, okay, no, it's just not a thing. Like, in my mind, I'm just like in denial. So then that's when I like asked my best friend. So I'm like, Asia, like, what should I do? That, mind you, that's my best friend's name. I'm like, Asia, what should I do? Like, what should I do? Should I like get a pregnancy test and blase, blase, blase? So I think it was like a Friday. So it was a Friday. And I was off. And I talked to her. She was like, go ahead, go get a pregnancy test. And just see what it, like, just see. You get what I'm saying? Just see. So, mind you, it's probably gone on for like a month down. Like, and so I'm like, all right, I'll go get the pregnancy test. My best friend said, pregnancy test, just to test it. Me personally, I didn't want to do it because I didn't want to get my hopes up and then it just be like negative and I did all that over dramatic ass shit for nothing. So I went and I'm just like, okay. I walked up to my local store, Giant, and I got like the first response pregnancy test. Like I got the box of 3. So it's just like one that comes up in a minute, a regular pregnancy test, and a digital one. So I'm like, okay, like be triple sure. Okay. And I'm like, all right, let me just get it. So I go back home. I call my best friend. She's like literally on the screen. So I'm like, okay. Like I call her and I'm like, I'm so scared. Like I don't want to take it. Blase, blase. Like I'm bullshitting the whole like thing. So like I went to go pee on the stick, TMI. And when I peed on the stick, literally, as soon as I peed on the stick and the little thing filled up, like it popped positive, right? So I'm thinking like, okay, but it was like a faint line. I don't know if y'all can. I think it's just like a little too bright. But like, let me see. It popped like positive. So I'm like, okay, like, right. So that's what happened. This is the first one that I took. So I'm like, Asia, like my initial reaction was I came out the bathroom, I laid on my bed and I'm crying. She's like, what's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? And I'm just literally bawling tears. And I'm like, she's like, what's wrong? What's wrong? And I'm like, Asia, and I'm trying to show her. And I'm shaking. And she's like, I don't see anything. And I'm like, it's just like a little faint line. Like being dramatic as fuck. So I'm literally crying. So like I finally get myself together and I can't stop looking at this damn pregnancy test. Like I just couldn't stop looking at the damn pregnancy test. So I'm just like, okay. Mind you, I'm going to my mom's house this night. Like, even though I live on my own, like, I still go to my mama's house. I don't care what none of y'all say. I will go to my mama's house every weekend. That's what I do. I love going to my mama's house. And so, like, I'm like, all right, I'll just ask my mom's opinion. Like, I'm going to just be like, Mom, do you see a line or don't you see a line? Like, mind you, I'm still shook in my motherfucking boots to ask her this shit. Even though I'm grown as hell. But, like, I'm still shook. Like, I don't know what to do. So, like, I'm like, okay. I didn't know she was bringing my stepdad with her. So, like, he in the car too. So I'm like, well, I'm like, let me get my mom some ice cream. Like, I got her favorite ice cream. I'm gonna butter her up real quick. So I'm like before she comes, she always call me and be like, I'm on my way. So I'm like, you want some ice cream? And I gotta ask you like a really important question. She like, yeah, I want some ice cream. And so I bring her some ice cream. I get in her van or whatever. And so I'm like, Mom, what does this say? I'm like, Mr. Will, like, you here, so like your opinion counts too, you know, like, I'm like, what does this say? She like, it's a line, but it mean no. You can't contradict yourself like that. I'm like, Mr. Will, what does that have a line or does it not have a line? He like, yeah, it's a line there, but it's faint. So my mom was just saying, no, you're not pregnant. No, you're not pregnant. So you know me. I go back to my best friend and I'm like, okay. Like, should I? Because me personally, I was going to take all of them all at once and just see what they say. But, like, so I asked my best friend. And, like, she, like, just wait in the morning because the morning time is the best. Mind you, I have 2 goddaughters by my best friend. So, I'm like, I'm going to take her advice. So, I'm like, okay, I'll take another one in the morning. So, to be sure, I was like, I'll take the digital one. This one doesn't have anything on it because, like, it went away. So, I'm like, because the next day we were supposed to go to a church picnic at my church. And I'm like, okay, like, I'll take this in the morning because she says morning pee is the best pee. So I'm listening to her. So I went to the bathroom, TMI again, pissed on a stick, and you know, it had me waiting. It has a little timer right there. So I'm like, okay. So I'm just waiting. Boom, it said yes for the plus sign. I was just like I was shook. Mind you, at the time my mom was coming so upstairs in her house. So I was like, Mom, come here. Come here. And she was like, what? What do you want? Like, I'm just like, Mom, come here. So she comes upstairs to my old bedroom and like, I need water. So like I showed her, I was like, is this clear enough for you? And then she was like, I don't got my glasses on. She said, let's say yes. And I was like, yeah. She was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be a grandma. It's like, she was like really excited. So I'm just like, I don't know how to feel about this, you know? Like, I still have to tell my whole entire ex-boyfriend that you don't like at the time. I still have to tell him. So I'm like, I think I took this one. Actually, I think I took this third one before I took that one. No, I'm lying. So I just took this one back when I got home. And this one was a little confusing. Mind you, they all came out the same box. This one was a lighter like line than the first one. So I'm like, okay, I'm confused. Because the first one was like a really dark line. This one is like a really faint line. Mind you, this is the one that's supposed to respond in like a minute. So I'm like, I still have to tell like my whole ex like that I'm having his jelly bean. That's what I call my baby, jelly bean. Like I'm having a whole baby. So I didn't want to tell him because at the time he had a girlfriend, and I'm like last time we had sex, like I'm just like, this is like, I just moved past it. Like I didn't want any more dealings. Like I was just getting over him. Like we've been broken up for 2 years. Like I was just tired of the on and off and stuff like that. So I'm just like, okay, like I'm really just tired of like trying to figure this out and us hurting each other in the process. So I wasn't going to say anything, honestly, because like he's out here being happy. I'm out here being blessed, like with a whole baby. So in my mind, I'm just like, I'm doing the right thing because like I don't want to go into somebody else's world, turning it upside down. Like I'm starting to cry about it because like that's just how I am. I'm just a caring person. So I'm just like, I don't want to go into this situation and turn his whole world upside down. But by the grace of God, let me tell you, he randomly hit me up. And I was just like, oh God. So he randomly hit me up and he was just like, how you been? Blase, blase, blase. You know, normal convo. Friendly convo. And I'm just like, he's like, can I just come over so we can talk? And I'm just like, sure. Like, I don't really care. Like, me and my ex are friends. Like, there's always just gonna be a thing of us being friends. That was our foundation. We were friends first, then we got in a relationship. So he came over. Mind you, like at the time I just had the stuff sitting out because I had just had my first prenatal appointment. So like I had the folder and stuff out because my mom scheduled my prenatal appointment. So I was like, okay. So at my prenatal appointment, by the way, I found out I was 6 weeks. So I was a whole month in already. But so I just had like my prenatal stuff just sitting out because I had came from the doctor's like the day before. So I just had it sitting on my counter. So I'm just like not thinking anything of it for real, of him coming over and him seeing it. So it just slipped my mind. So, okay. He come in, we're talking, we're laughing, ha 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 ha, he. And like, he looking at the stuff, he like, who pregnant? I'm like, what? I live here by myself, what are you talking about? Like, he's like, you pregnant? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, by who? Being a smart ass that he is. And I'm just like, really, nigga? And so he's just like, so when was you gonna tell me? And my honest reaction, and I was being honest, I wasn't gonna tell you. That's what I said. And like, I wasn't gonna tell you. And he got mad for a second. No, he was happy for a second. Then he got mad. Like, he was happy. Like, he was like, oh shit, like, I'm gonna be a dad, blase, blase, blase. And then he got mad. He was like, why wouldn't you tell me? And I was being honest. I was like, because you're happy in your life and I don't want to come and disrupt it, you know, shake things up for you. And so, like, that's just not fair to you or the person that you're with, because everybody's happiness counts. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be the one. I don't feel like I'm a side chick just coming in out of nowhere, honestly. Like, that's just how I feel about the situation. And so I was just like, okay, you know now, so what are we going to do about this? So the process has actually been really, really nice. He takes me to all my doctor's appointments and stuff like that, and he's like really excited and happy, even though he's like a dickhead. So like, we went to my first ultrasound together, and that's when I saw the picture of my little jelly bean. And like the ultrasound, like I couldn't hear the heartbeat, but I saw the heartbeat, and it was just so surreal to me. And my pregnant emotional ass wanted to cry. Like, the hell you crying for, sis? And I wanted to cry, but I didn't cry, so I was proud of myself. So like, yeah, that's the story of how I found out and how I told other people. And like, it was just like crazy, child. It was crazy, okay? Like, I don't know. I'm just really thankful for this blessing, honestly. That's all I can say. I know this video was a little lengthy and stuff like that, but thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, and like, hope to see you guys in other videos and more pregnancy updates, because I might just like do a symptom and things and stuff like that. Might let y'all know. But that's just how I found out, and how I told the important people in my life that need to know, and how they found out and stuff like that. And see you guys later. Peace out, Girl Scouts.